loves, it's Elle, and welcome back to my channel, and thank you so much for being here. Today we are going to be talking all about the elusive topic that I get so many questions on, is why is my makeup or skincare pilling up? Okay, so we're going to solve your problems. I'm going to give you some top, I don't know, I think like 5, 6, 7. I'm going to give you my top 7 reasons why your skincare and makeup could be pilling up. So before we get going, hit that subscribe button, share this with somebody you think might like it, and let's do it. Okay, so reason 1 that your makeup or skincare might be pilling up is because of the ingredients. This is why we talk so much about knowing your ingredients in your skincare and your cosmetics. These ingredients, like silicone, I have notes right here, talc, iron oxide, mica, synthetic forms of mica, are really going to be one of the culprits for your pilling. And if you don't know what I mean, pilling is basically when you are either applying your skincare and things start to come off your face, like your face is shedding, almost like it has a burn and it's like coming off in pieces, or you feel little balls all over your face, or when you're applying your foundation or primer and literally it starts to peel off your face. That is what's called pilling, okay? And so that's what we're talking about when I say that. So when you have these ingredients, these combinations, when you're layering too many products with these ingredients in it, it can be a reason for your pilling. To be honest with you, one of the most products that add to the pilling is layering several products that have silicones in them. So silicones obviously are a whole host of, a list of many different ones, like dimethicone, and there's a whole bunch of them. So make sure you know, I have a video on it, make sure you know the different types. But usually you're looking for dimethicone because it's the heaviest of the silicones, and that can lead the most to pilling. But then you add talc in there, and then some mica, which is usually used for like a brightening effect or a luminizing effect to the skin, and that can really cause for a situation of pilling. So what you want to do is you really want to pull back on the ingredients that have silicone in them. Dimethicone really just, to really try to stop layering too many layers of products that have those ingredients in there. Also in this same vein is layering oil-based products and water-based products. So you basically can apply your whole skincare, and then you have an oil on, and then a moisturizer, and then you put your primer on that has silicone in it, and then you put your foundation in it that's maybe water-based, and it just can be all sorts of crazy. So what you try to do is you try to, in my world, I try to limit the amount of silicone in all of my products, okay? And when I do this, it really helps with the non-peeling or pilling I get. It's really, I don't love silicone primers, but some of you guys really do, and it can help a lot of different skin types that need it for a smooth foundation application. So maybe if only thing is that if you don't use an oil during the day, the rest of your products are water-based and you just use a silicone primer, and then most foundations nowadays have silicone in them or dimethicone, you should be good to go. That you are applying your skincare in the wrong order. So usually what you want to do is you want to layer all of your water-based serums, essences, toners, lightweight serums, then go to your oils, and then moisturizer if you absolutely need it. So applying it in that order will help lessen the amount of pilling that you'll get. Also, applying your skincare from your least thick, so your watery like serums first, up to the more thicker serums and moisturizers is going to be a better way of allowing your skin to absorb those more watery like textures, and then your oils and moisturizers are actually to lock everything in, make it occlusive, so you can keep all of those nice ingredients in the skin and doing what they're supposed to. Number 3 would be something like you are wearing too many layers of skincare, too heavy of skincare, too heavy of a foundation, really trying to pull back on the amounts of things that you are wearing or putting on your face. And now that means you can still layer, but you want to make sure that those layers are very thin and really kind of distributed along the face appropriately, as well as foundations. To be honest with you, using lighter weight foundations are going to really cut back on that pilling. I actually have a whole video I did recently on the amount of skincare that you need, and I will link that in the description box, and I show you the amounts of every serum and retinols and all of that stuff that you need, and it's a lot less than you think. So for the next culprit, it might be that you are rushing your routine. And I know so many of us do not have time in the morning to be letting stuff sit in, but you guys have asked me so much about pilling, and this is actually one of the leading causes I see to pilling. And how we diminish this is using less skincare in the morning, or products that are more multifunctional and do more things. Okay, so for example, you are washing, you're applying your essence or toner, and then you apply your vitamin C. You let that sit for a few minutes while you go make, I don't know, coffee or have a bite to eat. You come back, put your moisturizer on, you go and wash your hands, start with your hair, you apply your SPF, and you go get dressed and you know, kind of get in order that way, and then you start your makeup. So it could be that you're really rushing things and it's not absorbing into your skin the way that it is meant to absorb in. You know that I really do try to let each layer absorb in, except for my essence. I go essence and then right into my first serum. But I try to, you know, put in as much time as I can to let them sink into the skin. That doesn't mean you have to. So if you've never dealt with pilling and that's not a problem for you, then you go do your bad self and do exactly what you want to do, and it's fantastic. But if you are dealing with pilling, please slow down that routine and allow it to sink in and do what it's supposed to. For the next idea is that we actually talked about this in that same video I just spoke about with the amounts, is how you are applying your skincare. So when you apply your essences, toners, serums, things of that nature, you want to press everything in to the skin. Now what this does is it allows the skin to really absorb everything, just like this. And it also, whenever you kind of do these motions, it actually kind of emulsifies the product and can lead to pilling. Moisturizers, of course, you need to kind of push them into the skin, but it's supposed to be done very gently. Oils should be patted into the skin. All serums should be patted into the skin. And if you do need to rub, just very gently, almost a spreading motion is what I recommend. Making sure that you're distributing it evenly across the face and neck, not too much in one area. If you're still doing this and still having an issue, it also may be that you need to use a device to push it into the skin. I love to use a jade roller for this, or a rose quartz roller. I have, again, another video on this. So basically after each layer, I kind of do my little rolling techniques, and it pushes that those serums in a lot quicker and makes the routine a lot quicker in general. You also might want to just really cut down on the weight of each product too. So maybe cut down, if you have a really heavy moisturizer, you know, cut down the weight, go to a lighter weight moisturizer. It also, and then pushing that in with your hands and then with a jade roller will really help the skin absorb your products. That's really what this is about, is that your skin is not absorbing the products, which leads me on to my next point. So the next point might be that your skin just can't absorb it because you're not exfoliating at all or enough. So when we don't exfoliate, we have dead skin that sits on top of our face, and it doesn't allow things to penetrate at all sometimes, or very quickly. So you need to make sure you're using some sort of chemical exfoliant to really remove those dead skin, those dead layers of skin. Between 1 to 2 times a week would be ideal, and that way your skincare will allow it to be able to receive it. Your skin will be allowed to receive your skincare, and everything will go in a lot more quickly and be more effective, which is what we want. The application of foundation might also be the culprit. So however you apply it might be a very big culprit of pilling. Using a brush sometimes can create a micro exfoliation on the skin, and so you're actually exfoliating the skin while you're putting your foundation on, and that can also cause to have flaking, and that is actually your skin as well as pilling, because you're moving all your skincare and everything around, and it's just coming off in sheets. That's why I really like to apply foundation with my hands so I can press it all in, or with a beauty sponge. But I know a lot of my more oilier girls, you can't use a sponge, so I always suggest using your hands, because you're not going to get the same moisture that you would from a beauty sponge. And then if you need to, just tap it ever so slightly in with your brush and kind of stay away from that micro exfoliation. All right, love, so I hope that this helps you understand why pilling can happen and ways to avoid it. I know it's super frustrating. You've tried all of this stuff. You've worked so hard on your skincare, and then you put your makeup on and it just comes off in sheets on your face, and it can be frustrating. So take one tip at a time and see which one might be the culprit for you. Thanks again so much for being here, and I'll see you on the next one. Lots of love from me to you. Mwah. Bye, loves.